Hello, welcome to what the welcome to the Try Thinking Again podcast, man. I'm your host JJ, and I am so excited to bring y'all the podcast. Now, this podcast is set up to cover the BS that happens during the week, and to cover music that you never, to cover the music that dropped, and some sleepers to send y'all home with, so y'all can hear some different type of music that's coming from my personal taste. So, let's waste no time. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna start off with Logic. Now, Logic just announced that he is retiring, and that's interesting to me. I've been listening to Logic for a while, and to me, he fell off creatively. I don't think he fell off lyrically. I think every lyricist has their days where sometimes what they're saying is bad. Every rapper has a bad song, and some rappers have multiple bad songs. So it's like you can't really be mad at Logic if you feel like he was falling off lyrically. I just don't feel like he's falling off lyrically. I feel like he's falling off creatively. And he said he's taking time off to be a better dad, and I have to commend him for that. I always have to commend fathers for, wanting to do good for their child and be there for things, and everything like that. But to me personally, I just think Logic needs a break from the game in general. I just take a year and a half off. And I honestly think it's been that. I don't think Logic has dropped anything in 2020, but if he has, then, well, shit. But, I mean, I haven't heard anything from him since the year started. So I feel like he has taken his break. And if this is a good enough break for him to feel like this is it, then, all props to him. All props to him. Next, I'm going to cover Migos. Now, Migos was having disputes with QC. I don't think QC in general. I think it was with the lawyer who happens to work for QC and Migos, collectively. Now, I study a lot about music, so seeing how they're upset about their deal and how they're upset about, being screwed out of millions, I could tell they didn't do one thing, and that was read their contract. Alright, signing a deal because of an advance or how much money you think you're guaranteed in the future is always a terrible idea. Read your fucking contract, and if you can't read your contract, go to someone who can. Never sign a contract when it's given to you on the first day. Take it home, read through it, walk through it, understand it, then come back with your answer. At the end of the day, you are the prize, you are the priority. Don't ever sell out that quick, because then you'll be mad in the long run. You'll always be pissed in the long run. So, I feel that what Migos is going through is their fault. I don't think I don't think Coach K have anything to do with it. It's all about their lawyer. You see, the problem is with the lawyer. If you did not read your contract or understand your end of the deal, I feel like it's also P and Coach K's part to tell them that. But at the same time, it's business. It shouldn't have to be told. You're signed to a label. You should know what the splits are. You should know what everything is up front. If you did not understand that before, then that's your problem. And I can't say nothing more than that. Moving on to Kanye and Chance the Rapper. Okay, so I remember Monday I woke up, Chance the Rapper was trending. And I'm like, okay, he better drop some music, because the big day was, this is mid at best. So I'm like, but no, he's getting roasted because he wants Kanye to run for president. And I know Kanye is bipolar and he has episodes and stuff like that, and that's something that could be going on now. But I don't think that he needs an antic or anything like that to sell music. And I don't know if that's because of the bipolar. He feels like he needs to do stuff like this or to sell his music or whatever. I feel like Kanye should be taking his meds. Number one, if you don't take your meds, it can make you seem entirely crazy when you are bipolar. You know what I'm saying? And everyone already thinks you're crazy, so it's better for you to just drop out of this race for real, sit down, take your medicine, and enjoy your life with your wife and kids for a little bit, because that's just too much for you to be doing right now. And I'm not gonna overreact with Kanye, because at the end of the day, he has a mental illness, and if you got a mental illness, I'm not coming at you, but at the same time, you should be taking your medicine. Like, if that's something I have to get at you for, take your medicine. I've had problems with that in the past. I have ADHD. Don't take my medicine at all. So can I really sit here and be mad? But no, I have a mild case. It's not that bad. So it's different than when someone who has a higher level of a mental illness and is completely unstable from the look of it. And Chance, I mean, I understand you like Kanye, you fuck with him, cool, but at the same time, bro, think about what you're saying. Think about how stupid you look. Think about the fact that we're already in a situation with a celebrity who wanted to become president, did it, and now we are in a pandemic that this dude does not know how to control at all. We will be in this pandemic until 2021. So do you want an idiot going out and an idiot coming in to save this country? Think about that. Moving on. We have Nick Cannon, okay? Nick Cannon got fired from Viacom from anti-Semitic comments. I disagree, but agree with Nick Cannon. I disagree with how he talked about that Jewish stuff. And the reason why I said Jewish stuff, because once he got to that, I kind of just stopped listening to the clip. If you are going to talk about something that is not your religion, not your heritage, something you completely don't know about, and you're presenting a theory, you should be next to someone who can debunk it, who can educate you and explain that to you. You should not be by someone who is in the same head zone as you are, or same headspace as you are, because that's not going to do anything but spread a false narrative. You want to put the absolute truth out there, and I feel like that's not something he did. As far as what he was saying about white people being evil and stuff like that, well, cool, they are. But not all white people are evil. And not all black people are criminals. These are facts, but this is how the world looks at things. So it's just like, I'm not going to... I agree with him for speaking his mind, and I agree with him for speaking out against white people, even though those are the people he works for. So I'm not surprised he got fired at all. You're targeting the people you work for. Makes sense. But at the same time, educate yourself when you were talking about stuff that you are not surrounded by or you did not come up in. Please. Please. Moving on. We have Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez, okay? Now, Megan Thee Stallion, listen. You're never going to hear this podcast. But I want you to know, sweetheart. You are a great artist. Y'all thought I was going to say she was thick. Y'all thought I was going to say she got nice titties. Wasn't going to say it. She does, but I'm not going to say it. Moving on. The situation with her and Tory Lanez is kind of weird. I just think that it's a lot of speculation. The only thing that she's confirmed is that she shot, and she doesn't want to be around people with certain types of energy, specifically negative energy. If I had to come to a conclusion about that. Tory hasn't said anything. I don't even know if he's still in jail or not. That hasn't been detailed or not. I'm not sure, but I believe he's to be out of jail, but he's staying off social media, which is a smart move because he's getting very much attacked right now. However, I think that in order for this all to be off Twitter and off social media, they need to, one, have a private discussion with each other. You know, FaceTime or whatever they feel comfortable with. And, doing what they need to do on social media. And if Tory needs to feel he needs to come out and talk and say what he has to say, then so be it. That's how I would want this to end. And if that's not how it's going to end, well then shit. Oh well. Now getting in, before I get into the next topic, I just hope everything can get solved and I hope everything can be peaceful. If that's not the case, then hey, that's how it had to be handled. But I don't think it's ever right for a man to, one, put his hands on a woman, two, shoot a woman, direct anything to a woman. To do anything malicious to a woman is pussy to me. 100%. And, and I just don't. I don't condemn that at all. So I'm gonna let that be known before people get to jump to conclusions in the comments, and I ain't got time for that because look, I'll tell my truths right here, bro. But he shouldn't have. If he did shoot her, all I'm saying is if he did shoot her, because it's allegedly right now. But if he did shoot her, then that's fucked up. And I'll have to delete all your fucking music on my playlist. And I fucking love Tory Lanez. I've called him underrated for years. He was in a lot of my upcoming videos in my underrated list, and I'm glad I scrapped those videos. So let's get into my last topic. Alright, so my last topic to cover is T-Pain. Now T-Pain was on, I believe, Twitch or something like that, and he was conversating with fans and stuff like that, and described a story about Travis Scott and how he fell asleep in the studio while he was trying to produce tracks for Astroworld and help Travis out. Now, I'm not even going to talk about that situation. I'm just going to talk about the people who was disrespecting T-Pain. Now, T-Pain is a GOAT, 100%. T-Pain is a motherfucking GOAT. You know what I'm saying? And that better be recognized. You know what I'm saying? T-Pain is a fucking GOAT. Now, and he's been putting out music. And no one knows he's been putting out music. Now, if it wasn't for my brother, shout out to my brother, if he didn't inform me how not even the fact that T-Pain was putting out music, but how good the music was and showing me the music and how good T-Pain's voice sounds. It's like he got better with time. For me, at least in my opinion. And I've seen a lot of people saying T-Pain is whack, T-Pain fell off, T-Pain is this, T-Pain is that. But I'm like, y'all don't do your research. That's number one. The thing that angered me is someone said that T-Pain is not better than Travis. Now, I'm going to sit down and give y'all my honest opinion about Travis Scott. And this is coming from one of the biggest fans of Travis Scott. Okay? Travis Scott has been my favorite artist since I was 14. I am almost 20 years old. I'll be 20 years old in about 3 weeks. So, it's been 6 years since this has been my favorite artist. Now, for the last 2 years, his position as my favorite artist can kind of been dwindling around. It's kind of just been like a bowling ball. Okay? Because to me, as a huge fan, I really think that Travis Scott is falling off. Now, not in terms of success, not in terms of selling records. Obviously, he can do that. But now let's think about something. Travis, I'm one of the people who has bought his merch. Not once, but twice. So let me tell you, when I say he bundles everything. Sicko Mode went number one because he bundled a vinyl with it. Highest in the Room went number one because he bundled merch with it. The Scots went number one because he bundled merch with it. Astroworld went number one because he bundled merch with it. Now, we are not talking pure sales. If we talked pure sales, Travis Scott is a marketing genius, okay? Travis Scott has ads on YouTube, paid ads. You know what I'm saying? He does all this stuff to make him seem like he's a really big artist, but I guarantee take away the merch bundles, take away stuff, and he just be selling $150K or less. First week, maybe $200K, maybe $250K. Let me give him some credit. But to me, he's fallen off lyrically. For the last 2 years, he's been putting out bullshit. Features have been bullshit. Production has been bullshit. And I know how Travis Scott production should sound. If it's not like it was on Rodeo, Days Before Rodeo, or Birds in the Trap, it's falling off. And Astroworld started the beginning of that. Now, Astroworld has some great production, but it has some ads production. I'll be honest. I'll be real honest. And that's my personal opinion. I personally feel like he is falling off creatively. 100%. 100%. And I dare anyone to debate me on that. Debate me. Because you can't. I promise you I have facts. 100%. Now, that's enough of me talking. That's enough. That's it for today's news. I'm going to go ahead and get into my next segment, which is covering the music that dropped this Friday. So this is all the music that dropped this week plus Friday. So let's get into it. All right. So I'm going to get into the music part real quick. Now, first off, Grease by Drake and DJ Khaled, trash. Popstar by DJ Khaled and Drake, okay. The See You When You Famous album, See You When I'm Famous album by Kyle is really good. I like majority of the album. Favorite song is probably Girls with Rico Nasty, or the song with Bryson Tiller and Raphael Sadiq. The Chill Lambo, I don't know how you say it, but by Janae Aiko. I really like the deluxe. I think it really adds to the initial album. Favorite songs off here, On the Way and Summer 2020. Definitely encourage those as listens. And let's see, what else is popular? This Tyler Yee. I like to say his name like that, Yee. Stunting on You single with the baby, trash. I mean, it's not trash. I think Tyler delivers, but the baby delivers a subpar verse. Still Human by No Cap. Really like this song, album. I like the song with the baby, and a good effort from him, considering he just got out of jail. Alright, and The Light Pack by Joey Badass, bro. Love this entire project. It's just 3 songs. Good verse from Push on here. And just a good effort from Joey. Love the production as well. And I actually think that is majority of like the big releases today. I could be wrong, but let me check, y'all. Okay, so at least that's the big releases that I'm gonna cover. I'm not gonna cover nothing else that I don't want to listen to. This is where I'm gonna get into. I'm gonna get into some sleepers. I think you guys should listen to Thought versus Everybody by Black Thought. Good track. You should probably listen to Don't Be Mad at Me remix. This is Problem, Freddie Gibbs and Snoop Dogg. Think you should listen to Shoes by Lupe Fiasco. This is featuring Virgil Abloh for some strange reason, but decent track. Really like it. Good and Plenty. This is by Alex Isley, Masego, and Jack Dine. And shout out to the Joe Budden podcast, because that's how I found out this was coming out. I love Masego. Anything this guy does, I'll follow it. So that's cool with me. A sleeper that I think most people should listen to, since I mentioned the Joey Badass project, listen to Shine. Oh my gosh, the production on that is amazing. What's another sleeper for y'all? Maybe Golden Hour by Baby Rose. I've listened to the first track or the second track off that album. I don't know why, but I really just like those for some reason. And Compensating by Mine. This is featuring Young Thug. Yeah. Some stuff I'm mentioning is most of the stuff I'm mentioning is new, but I do have one old one. That's what I will do with my sleepers. I will give you one old song that you guys should probably listen to, and that song is Violence by Boogie. It's featuring Masego. Like I said, I've been following Masego for a minute, so yeah, but this is Boogie's song featuring Masego. It's called Violence. The song is amazing. Definitely recommend that. The song came out in 2017, but it's still amazing to me. So I think you guys should definitely listen to that. And with that being said, that concludes my first podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I can't wait to come back next week and do this again, because this was really fun. I enjoyed every little minute of it. Now I have to go and edit this entire thing. So yeah. All right, see you guys later.